Hello, Hypno fans. It is a beautiful day in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And this live is just going to bring this energy because I just got off the call with the Hypnosis Healers Club. So that's where I do the live coaching every week for the hypnosis practitioners. And oh my gosh, I just want to share a little bit about some of the topics that we covered and about bringing back ChatGPT as such an invaluable resource for hypnosis practitioners. And hey, that's one of my goals in life. Like my sticky note here, let me grab it. My sticky note that feeds my purpose of how can you share what you have found for yourself with others. And oh my gosh, it's only in those moments where I'm mentoring the practitioners that I even realize what I've learned or what I know. And so I'm going to get into the Chat GPT because I recently got back to it and have been using it in a bit of a new way as well. And before that, I'll just mention, one of the other things that really we were able to discuss today is collaborations and even the discomfort, especially the discomfort that comes with collaborations, because there's just so many lessons to learn as a healing entrepreneur that one of the reasons that I have been showing up week after week for, I don't even know, now it's at probably 3 years for the hypnosis practitioners is to normalize some of the insanity of having a business, having a healing business, and, help in any way I can. And that's the thing about me. If I learn something for myself and it works, I don't gatekeep. I share it, and I share it exactly with them. What I've learned over the years with collaborations, as well as pricing. We're always talking pricing and programs, pricing and programs. And in fact, the next hypnosis workshop, like the next Hypno Lab specialty workshop, so we do one a month in the Hypnosis Healers Club, and that will also be accessible to you, the public, if you want to join that. I'll share more information in the future. It's always on the third Thursday of every month, so you can always reach out to me, but that will be our topic. Programs, pricing, but also really making sure that it fits in your suite of offers. Because at this point, the one thing I do know is that it's pointless putting out offers and putting out programs and putting out groups and putting out lead magnets, even if it's not all for a purpose. And we also talked today about just bringing in hypno clients right away. That's something we always talk about, bringing in clients in the meantime. So that being said, so much energy, so exciting, so inspiring. And the way that I use ChatGPT today was okay. So maybe I need to have a board that I can write on. I have one on my wall. I do a lot of writing on whiteboards, but I don't know if I have. Okay, here. So I don't know if anyone's actually live with me. Let's see. Well, I can't really see, so I'll leave it for now. So we're looking at the whole package and thinking about ChatGPT. Actually, I'll bring it up because it was really fun because we were able to just create a ton of content. Basically, what I'm saying here is that ChatGPT is the best assistant. It's the best assistant. It saves you so much time in creating. It saves so much time in creating, honestly. It's just a time saver. It's helps you move through any blocks. It helps with so many things. So my son, he's coming home any moment. Okay, so we started off just having it make a list for ways that for a hypnotherapist to market one-to-one services without using Google. we also did have a big talk about Google and SEO, and it's not that we're against Google. It's just like some of us are having challenges with Google, and we need to find alternative means to um, showcase our businesses and like how we can help. So that did a great 10 list. And then I said, what would be a great freebie to use? Because we're always looking at lead magnets and like how the lead magnet can send to the email list and nurture the client. That had like a great suggestions. You can probably imagine some of them: ebook guide, audio recording, which if you caught the last Hypno Lab workshop, it was lit because it was on hypnosis audios and then how to use them as the perfect lead magnet. Because if you're a hypnotherapist, hypnosis audio is the perfect lead magnet because they get to experience being in a space of hypnosis with you. Plus, it gets better results. So anything that I talk about here, if you want access to, just let me know. This is the members of the club, like they definitely have access to all the workshops, all the replays, all the notes, all the outlines, everything like that. But that hypnosis audio one, there's a few other options with that. So if you are looking to really harness that power of hypnosis audios, let me know. And then I asked it to write a script for a sleep hypnosis audio for the lead magnet. And it actually wrote not a bad script, like it's a progressive relaxation that then takes the person to sleep. It's amazing. And then I asked it, because we're always looking at like the ideal client and then tailoring that lead magnet to the ideal client to the one-to-one offer. And this was, I just said, write out the struggles of a woman going through menopause that need help sleeping. And then it gave us the whole ideal client. And then we kept going, like call to action to download the freebie, blog post for it, for email sequence, and on, Facebook post, Instagram post, right? Like it's genius. And even if, me, I actually don't really approach hypnosis in an authoritarian sense at all. Or it's like I have a very modern approach to hypnosis that doesn't always come up. ChatGPT isn't always writing it. So I do have it rewrite, or I put my own content in and then form it around there. This is just like a first draft, but really these are great first drafts that can be tweaked to personalize in your own language and messaging. And a lot of it honestly doesn't even need tweaking. I did do on this YouTube channel, I do have a access to the ChatGPT. I did a whole demo, so I'm not just sitting here looking at it telling you. I actually did a whole demo, shared screen. I went through everything. I went through the lead magnet to the email sequence, to the post, to the Facebook ads, I actually went through it all. So I'll put the link to that. I'll put the link to that one because that one is into Hypnosis Healers Club exclusive. So I'll put the link to that one. And then you can check it out. I keep searching YouTube for ChatGPT for hypnosis practitioners, and I really find crickets. So if that's something that you're interested, let me know. I'm definitely apt to sharing it because it's so helpful. And even if it's just starts to create the structure, it's so much better than just like sitting at a blank page and being like, where do I start? And then it's got one of our goals in the Hypnosis Healers Club is like to use the summer. We do have some people from Australia and New Zealand. So it's like to use the summer/winter to prepare to get everything set up for fall/spring. So we are looking at what's our process here? It's like, well, first, it's like really having a solid idea of the programs, prices, problems that they're solving. So let's just say PPP, PPP, programs, pricing, problem solving. So that's sort of like our first step. I'll make a slide for this eventually, because this is what I'm helping them do in the club, and this is what I'm doing for some aspects of my business. And then lead magnet. Some of you probably already know this, but what we're doing is we're really tailoring it for the hypnotherapists, because sometimes there's this more convincing than is needed in marketing, especially with hypnotherapy, because hypnotherapy is just already so such a luxury service, because it can help resolve things that counseling hasn't, that psychological counseling hasn't, that energy work or other modalities haven't, that medication hasn't worked, that so many things just haven't worked. So we've already, like, we don't really need to do that much selling as much as it is like help people know that it's the solution to basically anything that doesn't have a solution, because it's psychological or emotional or spiritual. So lead magnet to email sequence to call to action offer. Sometimes that offer is like one-to-one to next. That's the part that a lot of people forget. Like, okay, now they went through the one-to-one. What's next? What support is next? Okay. This is this is the plan, though. This is the plan, because anything else that comes from that, groups, communities, memberships, live sessions, free sessions, online webinars, online master classes, we're going to want to start, because all of this is ultimately ideal client and problem solving. And then once that's nice and clear, all of this just goes boom, 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 boom. And then bringing anything else into it is going to have such a bigger impact for effort. And it's just going to be more worth your time. And that's ultimately, something that I would say I probably learned the hard way, although it's not that I did a lot of things that didn't have people or maybe anything, but but it was way harder to sustain over the years, because then it's like doing the same work over and over and over, when it could have been better planned, a little better planned and streamlined, right? We don't want to get into like any kind of over planning, because then the energy doesn't attract, then it's just like been so thought out that it lost its inspiration. It lost the energy that creates worlds. Like, it lost the energy that created the idea to make the idea. And then therefore it's sort of like, it doesn't like the antennas of the idea aren't like going out to the people that the idea are for, because it just like took way too long to create. And now what's needed is something new. So this isn't to rush you. This is to just like remember that imperfect action is going to be more successful with an idea than too perfect. And I'd say that sweet spot is like, just do the imperfect action from the place of what you're trying to build, from the place of your map, like your map, your offer suite. And that's probably all I'll say about that. I don't know. I think it's like this is like going to be a workshop, and it will be better as a workshop. Like right now I just am hashing out some of these ideas, but really having a plan for hypnotherapists that doesn't restrict their ability to be spontaneous and inspired, because we all know inspired action is the bomb. Inspired action over everything is gonna create the most results. It's just what I learned is over the years is like just working from inspired action. Yeah, I can build a six-figure business, but it's like, is it sustainable to just build off of inspired action? Because there's a certain dependency that we want if we're looking at like actually having a profitable, sustainable hypnosis business, which we do in the Hypnosis Sealers Club. So if you want information to that or anything that I shared, pop it in the comments, reach out to me, hit the like, subscribe, notification bell if you want to know when I go live. I also hang out on Instagram and my stories at HypnoHeather. Thank you so much for being